Audionovelas 2.0, jiji.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth, and I am the faithful guardian of Princess Elsa. All my life, from a very young age, I was told that I have to protect Elsa. I was trained by my father in fighting techniques, and by my mother in fighting techniques. Silent murder. In short, all my life I was prepared to be the shield of Princess Elsa. But in all my life I never imagined that in just one day, everything I learned was turned around. First it was with the betrayal of our beast brothers. I thought and believed that beast people always stuck together. That belief it was destroyed with the betrayal of our beast brothers. The second thing was that humans are not weak beings and the importance of abilities. I learned that with my own flesh, one of my arms was cut off in the battle against a human. I was always there. Proud of my strength. Usually a beast people has between 2 to 5 times the strength of a human. I, Elizabeth, one of the strongest, I the one in charge of taking care of Princess Elsa, was completely surpassed in ability by a human. The human was weaker than me in terms of strength, but in abilities he was far superior. The human I fought with felt joy for making their prey suffer, and because of that, they managed to survive until help arrived. Lastly, the third and most important one, I discovered what a different king is. According to the teachings I got from my mother and father, a king is an important being for his kingdom. And that he watches over his safety, and that is why he cannot be alone or go out whenever he wants. But I could witness it with my eyes. At first I thought he was a crazy nobleman. He was a man, somewhat handsome, but nothing out of the ordinary, but I couldn't be more wrong. The nobleman I thought was crazy turned out to be a true king. And not just anyone, this king possessed overwhelming power. To be honest, I was very terrified. When he made his kingdom appear out of nowhere, I almost urinated from fear. I thought that the world was being destroyed. And after all that, now I'm here. I am traveling in a terabyte-type golem called T1. At first I thought it was a giant monster, but after the king himself explained to me what it was and how it worked, I am grateful. T1 is a golem much faster than a horse. I am telling you all this, because right now I am inside T1, I am afraid to talk to him. I was 3 hours in my thoughts escaping from reality. All this is unreal. My mind has just been ignoring it all this time on my own good. T1, Miss Elizabeth. Panic, hi 3, yes, tell me what's up. T1, nothing Miss Elizabeth, since you were staring at each other for so long, I was worried about your health. I think, how strange that a golem has thoughts, although it's already strange to hear a golem talk. Being able to hold a conversation with one is incredible. If it were myself from a day ago I would surely think I was crazy. Hey T1, yes Miss Elizabeth, I can ask you a few questions. Of course Miss Elizabeth, also stop calling me Miss, it's weird, just call me Elizabeth, as you like Elizabeth. Tell me T1, what are you? He thought for a few seconds and then answered. I am T1, one of the terabyte-type automata created by our Lord. I know that, but I wanted to say something else. What a thing Elizabeth. How can I explain it to you? I know, tell me, why can you talk? I can speak, because our Lord so wishes. My Lord when he created me installed multiple functions and one of them is to be able to make sound, not just speech. I can reproduce sound like that perfectly. Oh, that's interesting, then you can imitate the voice of your king. Yes I can, but it is forbidden to use our king's voice without his permission. Any other questions? Yes let me think, tell me T1, why your king helped us. I don't know Elizabeth. You said you had multiple functions right? Yes Elizabeth. Can you tell me what those functions are? Again he thinks for a few seconds. I can tell you a few. I have the function of medical room, kitchen room, storage room, entertainment room, and other rooms I can't tell. I have the function of river transportation. And others more that I cannot say. Reno, which means transport function Reno, once again keeps you thinking for seconds. Rhino mode of transportation, that mode was named by our Lord, because it reminds them of rhinos when using it. Rhino mode do, this time he answered instantly. The rhino mode uses magic power to strengthen even plus the hardness of my body, and one of the abilities that the king gave me is used to cross everything that is in front of me. Wait, the king gave you a power, your king can give powers to others. Once again he thinks. Yes, my king can grant powers to his creations. I think, that's interesting, I'm curious what that rhino ability does, or, wait, now that I think back, the king said something like, one of the 10 automata squads. Tell me T1, the king said that we are taking one of the 10 squads of automata, you can tell me that it is a squad of automata. I'll just pretend that the time he spends thinking is normal. An automata squad is a group of automata, which are used for maze exploration. It is made up of 20 squire automata, 40 warrior automata, 30 lancer automata, 5 repair automata, 10 magician automata, 2 support automata, 2 marksman automata, and 2 magic marksman automata, and one of the brothers or sisters of Zero, the primordial automaton. I froze hearing that. I think my stomach is starting to hurt, but I have to keep getting information. You said one of the sisters or brothers of Zero, what did you mean by that? The brothers and sisters of Zero are the exclusive creations of the king, therefore I am not allowed to elaborate further on the matter. I understand, I think, the truth is I don't understand anything, what he meant by the exclusive creation of the king. You said that Zero was the primordial automaton, what does that mean? That means the first, Zero, is the first creation of our king, our older brother. Big brother, that means Zero is the strongest of all, yes, at least he is the strongest in single combat. Wait, that means Zero isn't the strongest of all. Elizabeth, as I said, he is the strongest in individual combat. So who is the strongest in group combat? I can't answer that question. I think, I better stop asking so much. One last question, yes. Tell me T1, as your lord told us to guide you, that means you are under my orders. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Miss Elizabeth, but I am not under your orders, you are a guide, not an authority figure. But then that means it doesn't matter what I say. Wrong Elizabeth, what I'm trying to say is that you can make requests, as long as these same requests are not against the mission or put our king in conflict. I understand, thanks for your explanation T1, you're welcome, Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Yes, tell me T1. It's getting dark, I suggest you rest until dawn and eat something. I froze when I heard that, woo, it's the first time that I didn't notice the passing of time, I was so distracted with T1, that I didn't notice the time, and my buttocks don't hurt, T1 is super comfortable, now I think about it I didn't bring any food, wait something is happening, T1, it's moving by itself and it's staying on the side of the road. And behind me a door begins to open. T1, this door where it leads, this door leads to the king's room, in this place you will be able to sleep and your basic needs will be satisfied, on the other hand, Elizabeth I have 2 questions for you. Sure tell me T1, what do you need? Thank you Elizabeth. 1. You want to use the weather mode, which is the T1 weather mode. The outdoor mode is a mode that the king prefers to sleep, in this mode one can see the stars while sleeping and it is less stuffy for more enjoyment, the king said, it is almost like camping. You can also go outside to stretch your legs. Oh, that would please me. First Miss Elizabeth, enter the king's bedroom. When I entered, I was totally surprised by what I saw, it was an extremely luxurious and large room, this room had instruments that completely illuminated the room, I could see the floor that was covered with wolf skins, a large mirror 7 feet high and almost 4 wide, the big thing was not surprising about this mirror, the surprising thing is that unlike the mirror that Princess Elsa owns, this mirror was perfect, she could see that it reflected perfectly, and it had a beautiful wooden frame. Carved with gold, and a large bed that can fit 4 people without problems. I can see with the naked eye that the bed has such thin sheets that I can't find words to try to explain how luxurious it is. Everything was beautiful, the furniture, the aesthetics, the floor, the ceiling, everything. This is on another level of luxury. I am afraid of even stepping on the ground. With fear I ask T1. T1, yes Elizabeth. Tell me the truth, it's fine for me to sleep here, of course, I don't even have an order to the contrary, I can see that all this is at a level of luxury that I could never buy in my entire life, but T1, what's up if I dirty something, or worse, what happens if I break something? Nothing, nothing would happen, everything you see in this room can be repaired or cleaned without problems, really, you're not lying to me, Elizabeth can be sure, that everything I say is the pure truth. T1, they will not cut my head off for sleeping in the king's bed. The king himself has given permission for you to sleep here, otherwise he would not show you this room. That's true, but why, I don't know, Elizabeth, maybe one day you will become a lover of the king. What are you saying? I'm a lover, you're completely crazy, besides, your king will marry Miss Elsa, I can't compete against that. Elizabeth is just a guess, it doesn't mean that it really happens. Why do you say that T1? It's because sometimes I've heard the king say, I want to caress a cat woman, I want to touch her ears, her tail, her body, everything. Stop T1, woo, phew, you shouldn't say such things about your king, that's improper. Why do you say that, Elizabeth? It is because one should not tell the wishes of his masters so easily, that would anger your king. After that T1, he was silent for a few seconds and said. I understand, and thanks for your explanation, I'll be more careful in the future. But now Miss Elizabeth, you could go inside the room, I can't start the weather mode if you stay at the door. Wait, I'm still a little dirty, I'll dirty the whole floor, I can't pass like that. I understand Miss Elizabeth, I will start with the preparations for the cleaning. In a few seconds, the wolfskin cloak parted a little, making a path towards another door. I could see that the floor was made of smooth iron, it's beautiful, at least with this if I can get through. Once when I entered something happened that made me freeze the blood. The room that was 50 feet wide by 50 feet long and 26 feet high before, became even bigger, it grew to 65 feet in length and width, also the height increased to 32 feet in height, and I could see the sky, I could see something that is above and asked without realizing it, what is that? That is a panel glass, it is quite hard, besides the king has personally created it and improved several times. How beautiful, I can see the whole sky. I didn't realize it, but another door appeared and some windows that showed the outside. T1, what is that door and why are the glass panels? It wouldn't be a bother if others see you sleeping. Don't worry, Elizabeth, these glass panels are mirrored glass panels. What do you mean by that? Mirror glass panels are special glass panels, which can only be seen from one side. In short, you can see the outside, but not the inside, they only see an ordinary wall. That is impressive, and all this was created by your king, yes, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, who spends T1, wants to eat outside or inside the room. You are crazy T1, if I eat inside and stain something, I would never forgive myself, nor could I pay for it. I understand, I'll start with the preparations to eat outside. I could see a part of the terror bite that expanded and a kitchen came out, and a golem came out, like the other time. I think. This golem, what was it called? I don't know, what is that golem called? Miss Elizabeth, please try not to call us a golem, that's like an insult to us. Oh, sorry, and what do I call them? If you don't know the names, just tell them automata. I understand and thank you, tell me T1, what is the name of that automaton? It's called G2, it's a battle-maid automaton. What do you mean by battle-maid? They are servants who can fight, apart from cooking and doing the chores of a servant. I understand. Before leaving, I suggest you go outside and talk to G2, she will give you an item that we can talk to if you want, and a sign with the food that we can prepare. Oh, thank you. I think, one could live his whole life here and be completely comfortable and happy. I wonder if I allowed him to caress me he would allow me to live here. What am I thinking? This is a trap. If that's it, a honey trap. I will not let myself be caught so easily. I have a duty to fulfill, but nothing, and now outside. Oh, how nice a ladder, so you can easily go down. I go down like a princess. No, 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 remember honey trap, reacts Elizabeth. I can see that it's getting dark fast. Inside it's as bright as a sunny day, or, what is that? I can see that T1, it's opening up little parts of it and something is coming out. I wonder, what is that little tube that came out for? Wait, woohoo, it's shining, woohoo, it's illuminating the environment, how amazing, that's light magic, you can use magic, I'll have to ask you later, how cute, woohoo. The battle maid is approaching, her name was G2, hello G2. Hello, miss, I hope you enjoy your stay and rest, take this, and this, you can understand what is written on it. Yes yes, sorry, if I can, what is this? This is a food notebook, with this you can choose what to eat. Oh thank you. I'll be there waiting for your order to eat. I think. What was that? Perhaps all golems, no, I mean automata can talk, and this one in particular has a nice voice. She gave me a little ball and something that looks like a piece of paper. Woo, wait, what is this? This paper, it has something covering it, it's like some kind of magic shield or something similar to the glass panel. Now that I look at it, it's true, you can't see anything inside the room and it's how I saw it, it got bigger, it wasn't my imagination. I try to talk to T1, hello T1, are you listening to me? Suddenly the ball rings, I almost threw it, but it was T1's voice. Hello Elizabeth, it's me T1, and you don't have to yell so loud, just speak normally to the ball and I'll listen to it through it. GG, what a shame, I'm counting on you T1. The feeling is mutual, Miss Elizabeth. I open the food notebook and woohoo, how cute, it has colors and drawings, they look so real, it seems that the food is inside it, just looking at them makes me hungry, I can see that there are several plates of food, they also have different juices, and desserts. T1, what dishes do you suggest? I don't know, Elizabeth, it all depends on the tastes of the same person, you could ask about your tastes, Miss Elizabeth. Yes, I like meat, and I always eat lightly before going to sleep. I understand, Elizabeth, you like sweets. Pout, yes I like them, but they are expensive. I understand. I recommend a lobo meat steak with rice, with a sweet orange juice, and for dessert a caramel flan. I think, what is that? Perhaps it is a spell, because I feel that they put a spell on me, that it must be that caramel flan, but I really want it. I say something embarrassed to G2, everything that T1, G2 told me, he just nods and starts working, he tells me that he will be ready in 30 minutes. T1 talks to me, Elizabeth if you wish, you can walk outside while you wait for your food, also if you wish I can send an escort for your protection, since we don't know the types of monsters that are in these places, I suggest you accept the escort, it's for your safety. A direct heart attack, you're genuinely concerned for my safety. I understand, please give me one escort. When I finished speaking, I could see that the back door of T1 opened and a girl came out of it. Hello, hi, my name is Clara and I'm one of the sisters of Zero, it's nice to meet you. I think. Oh, but how cute, she's leaning like a princess, and besides, she has good manners, but wait, what did she say, one of Zero's sisters? Now that I remember, Zero is an automaton, so she's also an automaton, that's it means that she's not human, and that I don't have to underestimate her. Elsa told me that a golem called Zero was a golem so fast that she couldn't see its movements in the slightest. If that's true, she's dangerous, very dangerous, thank God she's on our side, she's getting closer. T1, speaks to you through the ball, Miss Clara, I entrust you with the protection of Miss Elizabeth. Of course, leave it to me, so Miss Elizabeth, come on, I'll follow you, be calm and walk until your heart has calmed down. I understand, thank you Miss Clara, just Clara, no honorifics are necessary. I understand, then Clara, follow me, understood. I walk around, to clear my mind a bit, I can feel the cool breeze, relaxing me. I think that's enough, I look at Clara and she says, it's been 22 minutes, with 46 seconds, you want to come back? Yes, and thank you. I think, since she knows how much time passed, maybe she counted every second, that's impressive. As we were coming back a big wolf with 3 wolves appeared. I turn quickly to warn Clara, but she is not there, and the sound of the wolves suddenly stopped. When I turned again, Clara was standing near the wolves, but the wolves were on the ground without their heads. They were cut cleanly and all this was done in less than 1 second, it's like Elsa said, it was so fast that even she couldn't see it. He could see that, in Clara's hand, she held a somewhat long but fine sword. Where she got it from, she suddenly put it in an item bag. From that she took it out, it was hidden under her skirt. She's wearing pants, that's not important right now, right? Yes, Miss Elizabeth, you want something? No, nothing, was just surprised by the speed he possesses. It's nothing, my brother Zero, he's just as fast as me, but only while he's calm, when he gets angry, is when the real problem comes, I could never beat him in that state. I think, what is he talking about, and he says that this is low speed, and that Zero is much faster when he gets angry. What kind of monster is Automaton Zero? She is putting the wolves in another bag, I wonder how much space those bags will have, I know they are rare to obtain and few in the village have them. When we got back the food was ready and served. When I felt the smell I started to drool, when I took my first bite, what a delight, I couldn't help it and I yelled it, the meat is super soft, it's as if they had just cut it, it had the right amount of seasoning and salt, and this rice, it was delicious. When I realized it, I was licking the empty plate, Clara was looking at me with a mocking smile, what a shame, it was delicious, Clara let me know, try the juice too. When I tried it I drank it all at once, this sweet, was a rich sweet orange juice. I think, please don't look at me with that smile Clara, I can't help it, I've never eaten something so delicious in my life. Clara speaks up and says, I hope you have room for dessert. I swallow hard hearing that. My voice came out by itself, dessert. Then G2 brought a small plate covered with something so that one cannot see inside. Once she opened it, I was amazed, in the middle of the plate there was something that looked like a small mountain of gold, and you could see it had a golden liquid in it. I wonder, is this gold? Gold is edible? Wait, no, when I touched it with the little spoon, it trembled just like a slime. I asked puzzled, this is gold? Ugh, wah ha 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 ha, no, it's not, it's just a delicious dessert that our king likes a lot. Wait a second, this is one of the king's favorite desserts, Clara with a cheerful smile answers me with a sip. I think, no Elizabeth, stay away from temptation, this is the work of evil, nothing in the world can be so good and be free, I'm screaming inside while I grab the spoon, no, stop it, it's a trap, grab it with the small spoon, a part of the gelatin with that golden liquid, don't do it Elizabeth, it's a honey trap, stopee. I managed to stop almost in contact with my lips, but a disaster happened, and, the smell of the flan, entered my nose, that sweet smell, triple A, I can't resist, goddess, forgive me because I sin. I could feel every part of my body tremble with happiness, this is paradise, oh, goddess, I've been tainted, I can't resist anymore, I'm eating the fruit forbidden by mortals, this feeling of sweet pleasure runs through everything my being. Once I finished licking the small plate, A deep feeling of emptiness came over me. In all my life I have never tasted something so delicious. While I'm in a trance, Clara's smile widens a bit and she tells me, it was delicious. I answer with a slightly muffled yes. Would you like to eat it again another day? Sigh, it's a shame, but this kind of food and dessert is only for the king and his companions. I can feel the emptiness inside me increase, but I know one way for you to get more. I felt like my soul returned to my body and I saw Clara as a benevolent goddess. Popo, please tell me, what do I have to do? Do anything, it's something simple and it's not complicated, you just have to be one of the king's mistresses. Before my mind could process what he said, I was already yelling, yes, I will, whatever, wait what? Clara tell me that I just accepted. Clara answers me with a smile, it's nothing special, you just agreed to become one of the king's lovers. I think, hey, damn, the cage, Elizabeth, what did you get yourself into? Perhaps your purity costs the same as a dessert, and I fell into the honey trap, but at the bottom of the trap. So Clara hands me another golden dessert and says, if you don't want to, you don't have to accept, anyway, we're not forcing you to accept, if you don't want to. With you, she says, this delicious dessert will have to be thrown away, it's a pity, but if not, I will become the king's mistress. Before I can finish speaking I grab the golden dessert and I think while I eat the golden dessert, goddess, I have been tainted by the demons, I am a captive of the fruit forbidden by the gods, the golden dessert, it has controlled my whole being.